Go on. Welcome back to the channel. DMV royalty in the house. Tim Hicks at the dirt. Say amen. How you doing, my friend?
Salute, salute, wagwan to everybody.
Wagwan. How you been? Oh,
Oh man,
this is my co-host Amanda.
Amanda, salute,
Super
Queen.
cool. So nice to meet you.
Yes, likewise, likewise.
Yeah.
I'm great, man. I'm honored to be here with y'all. It's always a pleasure when anybody wants to know, like, hey, what are you up to? You know what I mean? And Brother Raphael has been a true supporter for some time. So, of course, when he was like, hey, man, let's do it again, I was like, definitely, let's go. It's time. It's good. I just released some new music, and I feel like I've dropped some things since the last time we spoke. So, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm going to jump straight in with 3 stars, 2 stripes with Rock Abram.
All right, that's
Man,
dope. Shout out to Rock. I was literally just talking with him like the last couple of days, and we're planning a project where he's going to produce it all.
Who's he claiming is DMV's best kept secret?
I mean, I guess it depends on who you ask. You know what I mean? Like, everybody has their favorites, and I think he and I being on that song together was like, all right, you get to pick. You know what I mean? Like, you get this style of the rhyme from the DC DMV area, and you get this style of the rhyme. Hopefully, we succeeded in making people have to question, like, well, which one of you guys? You know what I mean? But one thing's for certain is we pride ourselves in standing out. So I hope we did that. I hope we did a good job of that on this song. But shout out to Rock, man.
It's awesome. Why the DC area? What's the difference with the DC area? What's so special? What's unique about the DC area and sound and quality? Like,
I think the first thing I will probably go to is being the only city in America without a state. You know what I mean? Like, and being the place where government, this, power, supposedly the seat of power is there. I think that just naturally causes the residents to have a certain swagger, a certain sound, and we can't throw stones and hide from where we are because we're right by the White House. So
nah.
whoever is the
Mhm.
the idiot in charge,
This is a special idiot.
They've been in my backyard since I've been born. So I think that affects us as artists from DC or from the DMV area.
Have you found yourself being politically motivated that is overlap with your music?
I think, see, here's the thing, like, starting with, my roots in the Cornell West theory.
Oh, yeah, the critical race theory.
Yeah, it's like, and my band, like, I have a band that's named the Cornell West Theory. So that was like huge as far as dealing with politics and all of that type of stuff. But like the way I try to weave it in now is like, kind of like hidden, almost like a jelly donut. So it's like right in the middle. You know what I mean?
Great analogy.
You got to eat through it for a second to like get to that piece where it's like, oh, okay, he actually just,
You've definitely found your vibe now, though. I mean, the heavy samples, the references always, which I've said before, the references to old musicians. I mean, like, the samples you're using, like Etta James or Aretha Franklin or Marvin Gaye or Minnie Riperton.
Yeah.
It harks back to a great time in music, in black music. And I always notice you do reflect upon where you've been before you go in somewhere.
Yeah, it's I typically out like always as the project is being prepared, I have to sit with it. Once it's released, I still have to sit with it because now it's like, all right, it's the people's response versus just me as the artist, and yeah, I feel like I've reached a point where I kind of know how I want to sound. You know what I mean? And I think that will still continue to evolve, but I've hit a sweet spot, I believe. You know what I mean? So it's like, all right, well, you might want to keep banging these out while you can, and till my mind suggests a different presentation.
Mhm. That makes sense.
Where are you going forward though now? I mean, in terms of music, you've just released your new album, Cool Disco Dirt.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm still waiting for you to do, like, I've seen you with other artists like Katrina.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I'm still waiting for you to, are you got planning on going on tour and doing some touring?
Yo, I dream of touring. I dream of being on the stage. And it's been a little while. I performed once last year, like literally once in DC, when I came back to visit from LA after being gone for 2 years straight. I performed once, and then I just basically been inside, just like working on the music. So, but my goal is to be back live and to figure out a way to start like touring. Specifically, I want to get, abroad. Like the US is great, and definitely you have an audience, but it's a big world. So, you know what I mean? I want to be able to like touch down in London on the roads and, like see like the
Canada?
people,
Come to Canada. That would be
Canada, like,
great.
yeah, like it's some other places that I definitely aspire to see.
Yeah.
So hopefully, that will work itself into play. Like it's difficult being a solo artist and having no team. Like I've been through times where I had a team, and now I'm in a moment where it's just like been me. So I know which hats are my strong suits and which ones aren't, and sometimes like because I'm so focused on dealing with the music, it's hard to like break out of that and say, okay, now I need to start like sending emails or DMs or
Hmm.
making phone calls to set up some shows. So there's been that, but I, at least say to myself, if nothing else, create and make sure
Yeah.
that you have stuff out, that there's stuff still coming out so that people's attention can kind of like, you know, shift or refocus depending on,
Does it make it more rewarding when you're on your own when you do complete something? Is it more of an accomplishment
I
or?
mean, I think like we've always, and I say we because it's, not just myself, but it's always been DIY, like do it yourself. So yes, there is something to be said about being able to achieve a finished product that, in my opinion, can compete with the major artists. You know what I mean? Like, and I'm not saying that to brag, but if I place myself outside as just a listener of hip hop
Mhm.
and I hear my own stuff at this point, I'm like, oh no, this is just as competitive as, you know,
It really
as
is.
even,
It
as
is.
even some of my heroes, you know what I mean? So, um, yeah, that being said, it's definitely fulfilling to be able to know that you still put it out, and even though it may be like a blip on the radar because you don't have the promotion budget or whatever, it still, has reached its entry point into the world. You know what I mean? And then we'll
Yeah.
just see how it unfolds. And, hopefully I'll look up in, a few months, maybe it might take a few years, and one of these albums will actually like go kaboom. You know what I'm saying?
I stumbled upon God H Gucci,
Yes.
and as soon as I heard it, like you said, it competes. But all like how did you put it? We're both old enough now
Yeah.
to know when an album is an album
Yes.
and where it stands. And I don't think people are actually take on board or realize how much hard work it is for an independent artist to actually get that finished product over the line to make
Yeah.
sure it sounds right.
Yeah. And then, with my last one, Cool Disco Dirt, I ended up just doing everything for that project. So I did the cover art, I did
Well,
the mixing and the mastering of it. And that part in particular, it's just not something I'm super confident in. but I did it anyway because I wanted the music to be out. So it's like, all right, I don't have the budget right now to, pay different engineers that I'm cool with to master and mix the project. So it's like, all right, well, you know enough about this to get it to some point of like, being listenable, if that's a real word. But
Does the issue lie with platforms like Spotify, Deezer, that are paying artists peanuts for their music on that?
I mean, yeah, definitely, because if you look at it this way and say that, what if they were being fair, right? Honestly, with the amount of money that the platforms make, I don't think it would be a stretch for them to be able to pay every artist that is on those platforms $1 to $10, right? So, depending on where you are, you can do the currency exchange and figure out how much that is in your currency, right? So that's, let's say, I don't know what, 10 American dollars is how many pounds?
About £7.50, something like that.
Yeah. So, you know what I mean? Like, but that could be paid to an artist per song.
Quite easily. I think Snoop said
per stream, easily. Like they wouldn't lose any real money if they did that for every artist. And you can imagine just even as artists like myself, where I'm not hitting, like 500,000 streams, all like in anywhere in that range. But if I was paid at that rate every stream, I would have at least gotten a couple of thousands of dollars off this shit, and then
had the resources to do something with it.
Yeah, you know what I mean. Yeah. Like me and the Rock Abraham song, that 3 stars 2 bars, that song and video both went past 100,000.
Yeah, they're like 140, 150,000 now.
So it's just like, all right. So if you add that up, then that means that we're both, sitting on at least like $50,000 just off of that alone, if they paid us the right way.
I think Snoop said something like a million streams is a few $100.
Yeah, it's like you might get a couple $1,000 from that, and it's
that's ridiculous.
And then look at back in the day, people like M when he first dropped his first album. 50,000 people walked into a record store every single day for about 6 months, which is outrageous. And now different. I miss that. I miss walking into a store and actually getting the CD in layout and reading the CD,
breaking it out.
Who wrote what and who did what and who mixed it.
Yeah, that was a high time in hip hop and then just in music in general. And I mean, even when now you don't really know honestly whether the numbers are true, really.
Yeah.
Because of the money that's being spent on promoting certain styles of music, certain artists. And if you are, again, in the minority as far as
not on the right algorithm,
then it's like, okay, clearly it's going to look a certain way,
Exactly.
But I'm still confident, in that music, like what I make and other artists that are in a similar vein is still getting out to the people. Because, I mean, for me, like I said, it's extra special to me when my music reaches out of the country. Like, it's definitely a thing for me to say, oh, well, my music made it from one city to the next in the U.S. And to know that there are, like, people, in the UK, people in Brazil, people in, different countries in Africa, like people in Amsterdam and Germany that are actually listening to my shit. It's like, that's a big thing. So obviously I hope the next part of it is to see some of those people touring,
Yeah, it's gonna be awesome.
So if y'all know of any like rich philanthropists that just are looking to fund some shit that, I believe could change the world in a good way.
From outside of DC.
Give them my information,
Absolutely.
From outside of DC.
Yeah.
Man, what's going on in your country right now? I know we're going to flip to politics quickly.
Oh, man.
It is fucked up. It's like watching a Netflix show from the UK.
Yeah, I can tell you like this. Honestly, after after the election battle, and it unfolded in a way where I knew it was possible, but I was like, nah, they're not gonna fuck up this time. And they did it again.
Yeah.
Like the people, not
Yeah.
blaming it on anyone other than
Yeah.
people. Well, I mean, you have to blame them too, because there are certain things in play when it comes to voting and all of that, where it's like, okay, there's some mud in the water, so to speak. But it's the people. It's like you have to imagine how many people actually voted for this.
Yeah.
Some of them did it because they're actually fucked up in their heart and mind, but some did it just simply to be a part of the bandwagon and to say, I don't want a woman in office, and I definitely don't want a woman of any type of African descent, Asian
Exactly.
descent. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That will be too much, and it's really not too much.
No.
What's happening is too much.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
that's too much. I'm sorry, and I'm glad that alert just went off because I forgot my computer was not charging. All right, there we go. Because I don't want this to disrupt.
What's the feeling? What's the feeling on the street?
That's the thing. It's like I kind of tuned out of the political situation to a degree, like, because the news can be overwhelming. You know what
Agreed.
I mean? Like, when you're looking at every headline that's happening every day, it's like I'm all about being informed, but it's also something about your own mental state and your own
self-preservation for sure.
It's like the same thing as scrolling on social media and like getting lost and just sitting there.
Yeah.
So, but I'm still close enough to the current where I'm aware of certain things. You just can't miss, a headline or two as they come around. And it's just amazing that people wanted a second round
after the first one being so bad.
The first, it was so many things happened in his first watch that you would think that, and then it's like even after his first watch, you still have things that transpired while he was not in office.
He didn't go away.
This is news that pertained to him. Legal issues that he had that he was actually found guilty of, and people still said we want him. So it's sort of like the concept of, and I'm not making Kamala Harris out to be Christ, but when Jesus was going to be crucified, and they're like, all right, well, do y'all want us to release him or this dude who has like killed people in the community, and and they were like, no, give us him. So the same principle, and most of the people that I guess I'm seeing via social media, or even when you just kind of like are out and about and you may hear a conversation of someone nearby you, because I'm on the bus or the train. Nobody likes this. Those that do, I'm nowhere near them. You know what I mean? That's the best way I can put it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I think a lot of the people who voted for it are also like,
having
a second wave of disgust when it could have been avoided. So
there's only 3.5 years to go.
Oh wow!
Maybe more. He
I don't think he'll. I don't think he'll go. I don't think he'll leave.
He's gonna do his best not to. You know what I mean? And like I said, the surrounding group of idiots is no better. It's like he's a figurehead of things, but it's a organization. It's not. It's like a team. So it's well, everybody's looking at him and just kind of like focused on him. There are other people within the administration that are causing problems all across the world, not just the country. Like they're like destabilizing the peace everywhere.
Is there a temptation at all to make music to appeal to his base.
Appeal to his base?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, if you want to, take that route, sure. Like for me, it's always to upset his base.
Yeah, agreed.
And
We're both avidly
to hold up
online.
a mirror. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like here's a mirror to see how ugly your behavior is. And this is coming from an imperfect person. I'm not at all pretending that I don't have things that are flawed and what might be considered sin if you want to view it from those perspectives, but it will never cause me to abuse another human being or want the hurt or harm of another human being or to want to have so much that no one else has
anything.
Anything equal to
Anything.
me. You know what I mean? Like that's not healthy.
I think if he was half as good a president as he is at the actual grift,
yeah,
he'd be quite a good president.
Yeah, like minus the the what's the word I'm looking for?
The horror.
Yeah, the horror of it all. That's a great word. Like
it
the
really
horror
is.
of watching him.
Yeah.
Not just like he's dismantling a lot of things, and it's not just the political structure or laws or things. It's you're dismantling like a whole way of living.
It is. The whole party, MAGA, isn't the Republican Party. It's a complete shift, and it goes well beyond the political scheme. And it reaches up here in Canada. He influenced our election in January. I mean, he completely influenced it. The polls switched the second he opened his mouth.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
and we
rough
just welcomed him in Scotland here, our Prime Minister.
Yeah, I think one day I was on the ground and he was actually flying over, coming from somewhere. So I saw that, like the other copters that fly along with it. And I think somebody even mentioned that Netanyahu was in town at that time. So, again, this is a group of very infamous people.
Very.
Very dangerous people because they actually have the power. They actually have the money. It doesn't mean that the people are powerless, but it just means that you're going to have to find a really intelligent way of
dismantling it.
Of counterattack. It's not something that's about guns and tanks. It's not. It's bigger than that. It's going to require something. Like,
it's also the backlash. It's the backlash as well. We face. We're obviously, we're like I'm Jewish. Amanda's Jewish. The backlash we face on a daily basis online is outrageous, and I have not personally done anything to anybody. I don't harm people. It's a messed up fucking world at the moment. I don't recognize it, if I'm honest.
Yeah. It's I guess every blue moon you get a chance to like see something that reminds you of normal, of what normal used to be for us.
That's 2 years ago for me.
Yeah, it's definitely like post-COVID is a whole other thing. Like post-COVID is a whole other thing. Like it's still, youths in the street wearing masks on their face, and it's like there's no COVID. Why do you have a mask on? You know what I mean? But it's, like I said, it's all affecting people's mental in a way that's just destructive. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Destructive and, like I said, unhealthy. It's definitely the word I would use.
Definitely unhealthy. Yeah.
So so like me, I came to create art that is the opposite of that.
Respect.
Like I think when you, like you said, to appeal to his base, well, a lot of people are appealing to his base as artists, and they might not think that they are, but the type of art that they do, it promotes the same, you know, it comes from the same spirit that the people that they claim to not necessarily, and some people say they love it. You know, there are a lot of, you know, artists, rappers that had got on board and were like, you know, actually promoting Trump. You know what I mean? So you have those, but I just say that to say, like, if your art is like always celebrating things like death, narcissism, like
oligarchy.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
If it celebrates that, then I think you appeal to his base. Even if they don't actually like that music, it helps them because it helps mentally like clog up the way people see things, and it's gonna make them act out a certain way, you know?
Yeah.
Already on top of any condition that they may be in, you know what I mean, based on where they live at.
Have you committed yet to any kind of memoirs?
I hope to. I hope to actually have. I mean, I might have enough at this point to say something, but I feel like I still need to live a little bit more. And I would love to have a couple more wins in life. You know what I mean? Before I just write it, because at this point it would be from the perspective of, you know, a prize fighter that has, like, you know, been knocked out a couple times. Like, at least that's how I see it. But I'm still a fighter nonetheless. You know?
Yeah. And keep getting up.
Yeah.
Stronger.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. But,
Right, my friend. Thank you for your time. It's been a great interview, actually.
It was awesome. Thank you.
Hey, I appreciate y'all, man. Let me know anytime. I'm working on 2 projects I have on the way out. Obviously, like Raphael said, Cool Disco Dirt is available now. If nobody's heard it, please go take a listen. And
we're gonna put the links in the comments so everyone can go directly to it.
Yeah. And
sure.
I'm working on I have another album that's already finished that's going to be released. Let's just say sometime between September and November. I'm banking on September, but I might push it back. And then I have one that I'm working on right now that I'm writing like daily. That I will put out before the year's end as well.
Wow.
So
we go online on live streams of Tim sometimes where he's actually got his lyric book, don't we?
Yeah, and I'm just trying to rehearse the album, you know, in front of the audience. So it's like, you know, it gets you prepared. But yeah, I appreciate y'all very much, and you know,
hey, just remember, man, God hates Gucci, man.
Yeah, you know what I mean. Like I said, much love to all the UK massive and all the massive them in Canada, and yo. Fuck that war between the US and the UK MCs.
Yeah,
because I love everyone.
You do.
I grew to appreciate, and I'm still learning a lot, but I know enough about, like, you know, man, like Skepta and Giggs and Kano and Bashi.
I do like Kano.
You know, JME and like Meridian Dan, like all these people, like Nole, like and I love it. You know what I mean?
These dudes are up close and personal, like, guys. They really are.
These are MCs. They're real MCs. So, but I'm glad that they're just doing it for the sake of hip hop. You know what I mean? But I will be one of the other Americans to say, yo, fuck that. The UK is full of lyricists. Like, you know what I mean? So big up.
Thank you, brother. You take care, man.
Thank you.
Yeah. Y'all take care as well.